Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật online channel. Hereafter, 7 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. Most Venerable Chairman encourages devotion of practitioners at Quảng Đức Zen Monastery. Đồng Nai, Phước Sơn Zen Monastery lights gratitude candles at Asoka Buddha scene for ordained renunciation of 15 course. Monks and nuns of Vietnam Buddhist University in Hà Nội registered to activate and use the electronic identification account. Kiên Giang, delegations of Phật QUANG Pagoda, Long Quang Pagoda, and Tân Phước Pagoda visit and make offerings to 3 retreat points. Buddhism in Quảng Nam Province in contract to implement coordinated program of propaganda with monks, nuns, and Buddhists, encouraged to participate in abiding to traffic rules and safety. Summer retreats substantially organized at monasteries across the country. International seminar on promotion and conservation of Buddhist heritages in Indonesia. And following are the news in details. At Quảng Đức Zen Monastery, Office 2 of the Central Sangha on July 3, 2023, Most Venerable TIòng NGAY, Chairman of the Administrative Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, visited and encouraged the devotion monks and practitioners during their Vasa cultivation.
The Most Venerable Chairman briefly discussed the process of the building and naming Quảng Đức Zen Monastery as the Office 2 of the Sangha Central Committee. From the early days, the late Venerable Thiền and the late Venerable Phật were interested in the monks' monastic life during the summer retreat. After many years of standstill of the summer schools for major overhauling, now the continuation of the opening of the summer schools satisfied the Venerable's wishes. He praised the merits of the long-standing staff, especially the Venerable Phước Sơn, Chief Office 2. The Most Venerable emphasized the spirits of unity and harmony of the Sangha during the summer retreat season and reminded monks and practitioners at the retreat of Quảng Đức Zen Monastery to inscribe the great merits of their seniors. The leadership of the Sangha over the years has painstakingly built. Practitioners must make efforts and diligently cultivate the virtue, concentration, wisdom on the basic dharmas to transform the mind and improve moral conduct. After 3 months of settling down, the results are evaluated based on the growth of the Sangha, Dharma, and mindfulness. This achievement is an accurate measure of morality of the monastic renunciates, recognized by the 4 groups as a real drilling retreat. The Most Venerable also encouraged practitioners to participate in social charity work to accumulate more merit. The Most Venerable wished the retreat a great success and that all the practitioners would attend the non-stand wisdom and emancipation. Under the conduct of the Most Venerable, the ashram of Manda Pagoda set up an offering ceremony for the monks to settle down, and Venerable TIòng NGAY, abbot of the pagoda, made offerings to the monks in order to cultivate the field of good karma and merits.
On the evening of July 3, 2023, Phước Sơn Zen Monastery, Đồng Nai Province, solemnly held a candlelight ceremony at the Asoka Buddha scene with the participation of monks and nuns practitioners.
At the ceremony, Venerable Phước Sơn, abbot of Bát Chánh Đạo Pagoda, shared a Dharma talk with the theme, Buddha's monastic journey and life-saving. Thereby, the Venerable recalled a sacred journey with a noble idea of the Buddha on the way to seek enlightenment and emancipation. The life of the Buddhas has led the way for all sentient beings, and especially the practitioners who are participating in ordination this time. Therefore, practitioners need to practice diligently to transform their bodies and minds to bring about peace and happiness. Phước Sơn monasteries has equipped with knowledge of Buddhism, basic Pali canon, and Vipassana meditation hours. After the Dharma talk, the crowd chanted together the sutras about the life of the Buddha to make offerings to the 3 jewels. Just before ending the ceremony, the entire public participated in lighting candles in gratitude and vowing to follow the example of the omniscient on the path of pursuing the Dharma.
Implementing Official Dispatch number 692 HDTS VP1 of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Parochial Council dated June 29, 2023, and the guidelines of the Administrative Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Hanoi. On July 5th, nearly 500 monks and nuns of the Vietnam Buddhist University attended the launching ceremony to register, activate, and use the electronic identification account.
The program is organized by the Social Order Administration, Administrative Management of Social Affairs (CO6), Ministry of Public Security, in collaboration with the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha to serve Buddhist dignitary in the capital in general, the Buddhist University to register for activation and use of the electronic identity account. At the launching ceremony, Major General Nguyen Quốc Hùng emphasized that the Ministry of Public Security created and developed the VET application on mobile devices and a website to meet the needs of usage of citizens. An electronic identity account consists of a username, password, or other form of authentication, created by the Electronic Identifications and Confirmation System of the Ministry of Public Security used to log into the VET application. This is a solution to achieve the goal of administrative reform and strengthen the publicity, transparencies, and responsibility of officials and state administrative agencies. In order to implement the National Digital Transformations Program, reform administrative procedures, and perfect online public services, the creation of an electronic identity account is a mandatory requirement when carrying out administrative procedures. Electronic identity accounts are managed and authenticated on the National Electronic Identification Application (VNID) of the Ministry of Public Security. On behalf of the University Operations Council, Most Venerable Thích Thanh Quyết thanked the Ministry of Public Security for the assistance and concern and affirmed that this is the duty and interest of monks, nuns, and Buddhists in the administrative management of the Sangha.
On the morning of July 3rd, 2023, Venerable Thích Giải, head of the Vietnam Buddhist Charity Section in Kiên Giang Province, led a delegation of Phật Quang Pagoda, Long Quang Pagoda, and Tân Phước Pagoda to visit and make offerings to 3 Vasa retreat sites in the area.
Welcoming the delegation, there were venerable monks, clerical nuns, and ascetic practitioners residing in 3 retreat points. At the destinations, the venerable monks and nuns representing the delegation guided the Buddhists to burn incense to greet the Buddha and to make offerings of pure wealth, pure objects to help the monks and nuns to focus on their study, cultivation, and practice for both body and mind in the cultivation of virtual, concentration, wisdom. It was expected that during the 3 months of confinement, the monks and nuns would unite, harmonize, help each other to study diligently, stay firmly in mindfulness, be the messengers of the Tathagata and the sage, the guardians of the Buddha Dharma, making the Dharma perpetuate. In response to the delegation's sentiments, the venerable monks and nuns of the retreat sent the gratitude and appreciation for the merits of the venerable monks and nuns for guiding the Buddhists back to the retreat to make offerings of financial support, resources, and items to help the practitioners at settlements to be secure in studying for 3 months in the rainy season. It is a prayer for the 3 jewels to bless the members of the group with good health, peace of mind, and propitious undertakings.
On the morning of July 5th, 2023, at the office of Quảng Nam Provincial Buddhist Board, Đào Nguyên Pagoda, Tam Kỳ City, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Quảng Nam Province and the Provincial Police signed the contract to strengthen the propaganda and dissemination, educating and mobilizing monks, nuns, and Buddhists to abide by traffic rules and safety in the period of 2023-2026.
At the launching ceremony, Most Venerable Thích Phước Minh mobilized monks and nuns and Buddhists throughout the province to strictly observe traffic safety laws. The Most Venerable shared that the coordination with the provincial police to strengthen the dissemination, education, and mobilization of monks, nuns, and Buddhists to abide to traffic rules and safety had practical significance, contributing to traffic safety, showing the spirit of Buddhism, accompanying the nation, the respect for the law of the Buddha's children. This cooperation program between the Quảng Nam Provincial Police and the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in the province aims to raise the sense of self-discipline of law observance of monks, nuns, and Buddhists when participating in traffic. At the same time, it is to spread the habits, lifestyle, culture, and civilization, safe traffic in the Buddhist community and people from walks of life.
On the afternoon of July 5th, 2023, Master Nên Thích Nữ Trúc Hiếu shared a Dharma talk with the theme Beauty of Filial Piety at Phước Lâm Pagoda, Dong An District, Hanoi City.
On the morning of the 2nd of July, Most Venerable Thích Phước Châu, patron of Quảng Nam Provincial Buddhist Board and the Sangha happily welcomed the monks and nuns from the districts to take part in one-day cultivation. Most Venerable encouraged devotion of monks and nuns and all Buddhists to diligently practice as a pure moral foundation to bring peace to themselves and their families and contribute to the stabilization of religious life and social ethics in the spirit of Buddhism. Next, the nuns and the monastic community recited the Great Compassion Mantra, praising the names of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, connecting the compassionate energy to transform each person's inner heart, finding pure self-nature in the present moments. After the course of chanting mantras, Most Venerable Thích Đồng Nguyện, head of the Provincial Dharma Evangelism Board, shared a Dharma talk with the theme, The Way to End Suffering. Through stories about the history of the Buddha's life, Most Venerable analyzed and revealed the causes of suffering, the intrinsic truths, so that it's necessary to practice eliminating suffering according to the Eightfold Path taught by the Buddha. At Bằng Pagoda, Hanoi City, the 11th youth retreat with the theme, I Return to Buddha's Side. Under the third day of study, the practitioners had the experience of many meaningful activities, including the chanting of Ulambana Sutras, sitting in meditation, walking meditation, listening to Dharma, and participating in group games. At Phổ Minh Pagoda, Đắk Lắk Province, the Buôn Ma Thuột Provincial Buddhist Board held the opening ceremony of the summer retreat with the theme, Understanding, Sharing, Loving, for local teenagers in the city on the afternoon of the 4th of July, 2023. The retreat helped practitioners learn many meaningful topics such as small family and traffic culture, understanding and gratitude, understanding and sharing, chanting the sutras of karma, gratitude and compassion. Besides, the practitioners also participated in the game of collective activities, lighting the candles, listening to Dharma talks, and many other beneficial activities. In Long An Province, Phát Minh Pagoda, Đức Hòa District, the monks opened the 5th summer retreat with the theme, Sowing Seeds of Compassion, on the afternoon of the 5th of July. At NGAY Pagoda, Châu Đức District, Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu Province, more than 500 practitioners participated in summer retreat I Return by the Side of the Buddha on the evening of the 6th of July, 2023. The entire congregation, dignified and pure, received the light from the candles and then transmitted the messages to all practitioners in turn. Venerable Thích Thiện Thuận shared stories about biological parents and reminded the ecstatic practitioners of their duties as children and how to behave properly with their parents in order to repay their deep upbringing. The practitioners also participated in many useful activities and programs, such as the intellectual game show, Ring the Golden Bell, together overcome many challenges through exciting group games and musical performances.
On the morning of July 3rd, 2023, the organizing committee, in collaboration with the Indonesian Bodhidharma University, held the International Seminar on Promotion and Conservation of Buddhist Heritages at Bodhidharma Buddhist University, Banten Province, Indonesia, with speakers from Thailand, Malaysia, and Vietnam, and more than 500 students at the hall, as well as other followers on the Zoom application and on the YouTube channel.
Opening the seminar, Venerable Phrakusamu Sanitwang Wuti Sangso, Director of the Media and Communication Department of Wat Phaya Dhammakaya, Thailand, shared the topic of social media and Buddhism in digital age. Venerable pointed out the approaches of applying social network in communication in today's era for all users from young people to the elderly, etc. Next, Van Dr. Thich Nhat Hanh, standing Vice Chancellor of the Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City, talked on the topic Borobudur Buddhist Heritage and International Spiritual Tourism Development. The Venerable mentioned the outstanding advantage of development and approach to tourism development for international pilgrims to visit, worship, and practice the Dhamma. The Venerable said that the Indonesian government should pay attention and promote the development of spiritual tourism in the Borobudur Buddhist monument with unique architectural features dating back to the 7th century. Meanwhile, the third speaker of the seminar session was Van Dr. Pornchen Palawatthamo, chairman of the World Association of Buddhists (WAB) from Thailand, shared 3 categories on Buddhist science, Buddhist culture, and Buddha teaching, and at last Van Pornchai led everyone in 1-minute meditation together. Through prominent Buddhist holy sites, the students were provided with a panoramic view of Buddhist holy sites recognized by UNESCO as World Buddhist Heritage in countries located on the Silk Road, including the Borobudur Temple, Indonesia. Finally, Dr. Lia Ket Yong, Vice President of the Asia Digital Heritage Association from Malaysia, presented Discovering Buddhist Heritages in Digital Era. Through the presentation of Dr. Lia Ket Yong, all the delegates and students were able to see vivid and exciting 3D images of future metaverse technology to help people feel virtual space in a realistic way, thanks to accompanying wearable gadgets. It was also very convenient for the research and discovery of heritages in the future. Previously, on July 1st, the Dhamma Santi Waisak National 2023 celebration took place solemnly in Jakarta, Indonesia, with lion dance and dragon performances. Traditional dances and ritual of offering flowers to Buddhas, chanting sutra, Buddhist scriptures, and bathing to celebrate the birth of Sakyamuni feathers, attended by more than 800 domestic and international delegates.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed off this weekly Buddhist Newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PHUOC TV channel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.